Manchester United will resume their pre-season with the next leg happening in the USA, starting with a game against Arsenal on July 27th. They will play 3 fixtures there, including Premier League's fiercest rivalry versus Liverpool, with Real Betis rounding up the USA leg. The squad that will go to the USA will be far different from the one that played against Rosenborg and Rangers, as more first-team players are returning from extended holidays. Here are 5 things to watch out for in the USA tour. A new game model. Manchester United started the last season playing one way, transitioned to another, and ended it by playing in a third different system. That is in addition to the style of football that was on display during Erik ten Hag's first season. That is 4 different philosophies of playing in 2 years under Ten Hag. Such a situation makes it impossible to plan for players in the window, as not every player will suit a certain style. It is why implementing a proper game model was one of the first things Ineos planned to do. Jason Wilcox has already been working on it, which should be accelerated by the new people in the executive structure. This USA leg of the tour, when Ten Hag has most of his first-choice players, will show what the new game model is and whether he is indeed the man to implement it. If they play with the same midfield gap and shot-conceding style as last season, it would sour the proceedings. The young blood. Some youngsters showed enough in the 2 pre-season games to merit a place on the plane to the USA. Others already reserved their place. Regardless of senior players returning, Ten Hag is set to award some academy players a chance to impress. Players like Toby Collier will be aiming to make an impact, which makes their prospects for senior team undeniable, while others, like Maxi Oyedel, will aim to impress to win themselves a good loan move. In addition, the likes of Ethan Wheatley, who already made their debut last season, will try to prove they belong at this level now. It will also drive senior players to do better. Who becomes the unexpected star of the pre-season will be an interesting thread to follow. The squad planning hints. Last summer, Kobbie Mainoo went with the team for the pre-season and started games regularly, hinting at an increased role for him. It was delayed due to injury but eventually arrived, and how pre-season squad selections, combinations and substitution calls can often hint at how the manager is planning for his squad when competitive action begins. It is why Toby Collier starting with the first team versus Rangers was so important, and Ahmad starting over Anthony was too. Expect more such calls to be scrutinised in the USA to get a clearer picture of how Ten Hag rates his players. Joshua Zirkzee, Rasmus Hojlund combination. Joshua Zirkzee was brought as Rasmus Hojlund remained the only natural senior striker in the squad after Anthony Martial's departure. However, such is Zirkzee's playing style that he can play with Hojlund instead of in his place, and that could be even better. Zirkzee is effectively a number 10 in a striker's body, and this style could help unlock not just Hojlund but the inverted wingers United play with. A common criticism last season was the Dane not receiving enough service from the wideman, whose first instinct was to score. The Dutch striker theoretically fixes that and knits the whole front line together. It is a combination that can define United's season. If it starts humming, United will be winning. The problem position. United played the majority of last season without a natural left-back. Ironically, they start this season with as many as 4 contenders for the spot, but no outright winner. Luke Shaw theoretically is that player, but his fitness issues mean he can no longer be relied upon to start week in, week out. Malaysia is likely to travel with the squad, but he has an even bigger fitness question to answer. Harry Amas is the anointed one for the position, but the 2 pre-season games showed he has a way to go yet before being considered a genuine senior option. Sam Murray gate-crashed these discussions with composed performances in both games and will feel he deserves to be on the plane. United have gone from not having many to a problem of plenty, with the asterisk of not having a clear pecking order. These 3 games will go a long way towards giving clarity on the problem position at United. Shaw looks fixed at first choice, but there is a genuine fight for the remaining spots, which would be as good as first choice if Shaw needs to be managed carefully.